Hello everyone and welcome back to Bagerjelly versus Homayoun, a monthly tournament game out of the June monthly with the 30-minute time limit, and that should be a good one. Both up-and-coming players over the last couple of seasons, both improving, especially Homayoun rising through the ranks, doing really well lately. And yeah, let's see if Badger can block him, as we have an interesting matchup. We have the 30-minute time limit that was put as a rule in the June monthly, so all of that should be quite fun. And if you want to have more fun before that, you can sign up for Season 8 and the preseason tournament still, though both are next to full or full, so you most likely will end up on the reserve list for both of these events. But if you want to join up or find out more about them, you can do so in the chat or down in the description down below on YouTube if you want to get more information about them. Preseason tournament on the 2nd of July, and league season starting next Monday on the 4th of July. So all the Americans will have two things to celebrate. And yeah, I hope to see you all there. Let's have some fun with more amazing Steel Division. And Steel Division never has been better. We have a lot of amazing content. We have great balance getting better and better. And yeah, we have also great signups. Vulcan HD Gaming confirming this weekend that he will be playing in League next season. Al Bowser returning for Season 8. Attack Power Gaming joining us once more. Vampiro coming in. So a lot of great content will be there from Season 8. So let's make that as a fun event together as a community, and let's just all have fun together. But before that, already great tournament, great competitive play right at hand. Bagerjelly versus Homayoun. So let's talk about what we have here. Homayoun bringing in 15 Scots in Vanguard. A division we haven't seen in a while, with an income we haven't seen in a while. But with the 30-minute time limit, obviously Vanguard makes sense. Maverick got nerfed, so Vanguard can do the job again. And what kind of units we got here? We got Churchill 5s. Then we got an AVRE somewhere. No, sadly no AVRE. Sadly no Crocodile just yet. But that should be interesting. On the other side, 5th Gebirgsjäger, a division that was pretty OP when it came out. Has been nerfed since then. Gebirgsjäger is now 25 points. Quite a bit more balanced on that level. So, still a good division. Not quite as broken anymore. So, let's see how both of these players will perform here in this lovely, lovely matchup. Homayoun versus Bagerjelly. Homayoun with the Vanguard, with the Assault Pioneers, with the defense groups, with the Field Engineers. In North, more defense groups and Field Engineers come together with a leader. Will try to push through here. Storm Pioneer and some Gebirgsjägers will try to stop them. AB 42, oh no, 41. Are they all pretty much the same? AB 41, 42, and 43. I think one has a radio, and that's pretty much the difference in stats-wise. Like, I guess there's some inside changes, but nothing too much when it comes to gameplay. Humber 3 down below. The Humber 3 is the weak one, right? Yeah. The 15mm Bessa, and 15mm is just a slight bit too little. So it's not really doing too much. 35 penetration is not amazing. 2 damage, not amazing. But let's see what it can do. AEC is for sure good. So a lot of armored cars coming in. AEC now also comes with somewhat good veterancy availability, but Homayoun brings it out without veterancy. And the Churchill 5s will be good as well once they arrive. Though they will take a while to arrive. But 2000 meter HE is always nice to have. On the other side, we have a Pak 40. We have some Gebirgsjägers everywhere. A LG 42 for the south, but there's a lot of stuff rushing Bagerjelly down here. So will one LG 42 be enough? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Bagerjelly also bringing in Storm Pioneers in the north. Gebirgsjägers coming in here too. AB 41. Sitting in the rear for now. Püppchen. 2 Püppchen, okay. Going the whole fully safe mode here. Whilst the engineer leader will try to join the defense groups and the field engineers. Gebirgsführer, pretty good unit here as well. 30 points for Panzerschreck and a sniper rifle on the leader. Meanwhile, Storm Pioneers got in here. Defense group will lose that battle as it got into 100-meter range. But the Humbers dealing slowly but surely with the LG-42. AC is coming from the rear as well. LG-42 is going down. Typhoon didn't even need to come in there. And that opens the door in the south for some action here for Homayoun. 13-11 so far. Gebirgsjägers try their best to hold ground here. Field engineers have to be careful. Gebirgsjägers with the 5 G43 and 1 MG42 have really good mid-range firepower. Pak 40 will eat the Humber here, but the Churchill is on the way. Typhoon coming in for the kill into the Storm Pioneers. Gets the kill there. Could have gone for the Pak 40 as well though. More of these cute little Stuck M42s. Some of the cutest tanks in the game, but also some of the deadliest. For 30 points. Oh no, those are not the... This is the good one. Yes, this is the 40.1. The 40.1 has a great heat shell, has amazing rate of fire, and good range with 1,750 meters. It outranges Shermans and T-34s, and it can even penetrate T-34s on long range. So T-34s really have to be careful against this thing. Shermans only really dies to side shots, but even then, that's still dangerous. AEC here gets one-shotted. Second AEC tries to retaliate, has the chance of penetration for sure against the Stuck as well. Doesn't get it here though. And the Stuck gets another shot off. Doesn't get the finish though. Humbers moving out of the way as well. AC gets another shot off. Gets a bounce. Stuck gets 2 shots off. The high rate of fire is insane. Churchills are around. Not having line of sight on anything just yet though. Gebirgsjägers got pushed out over here. 14-10 for Homayoun. Obviously wants a 59 here with the Vanguard versus the Maverick. Wants to push the Maverick real hard in A. But the BF-109 attack bomber comes in from the other side. Will that find a connection? It doesn't look like it's completely on target. Oh no, it actually is. Rifle Piats lose 9 out of 10 hit points there. Nearly down. Good hit with the BF-109. Stuck, the cute little Stuck still running around. Ooh, Bagerjelly with the too early evacuation. Can't micro against the Typhoon now. Can the 2 brothers save the BF-109? Can it warp out in time? The 2 brothers not quite able to do so, but the BF-109 can activate the warp speed engine just in time to get out of there. Typhoon now needs to be careful, doesn't want to loiter too long above the brothers, as at one point those things can kill it. So it wants to disengage eventually. Stuck's moving forward. They got the AAC, number 2 as well over here. But there is a 6-pounder, and the 6-pounder will kill them off quite quickly. Typhoon now on the way out, won't get killed here. Meanwhile in the north, a rather slow game up here. Püppchen still in the rear, Gebirgsjägers now pushing. There's a command carrier, but the Gebirgsführer could kill that with the Panzerschreck relatively easily. Gebirgsführer not pushing though. Bit of a mistake there maybe. Meanwhile, the infantry over here still winning out against the Gebirgsjägers, but the Spähwagen follows it up. Gets the kill on one assault pioneer. Leg gets retaken. 50-50. Sparivero coming in to hit the Churchill. Typhoon though is around, and that has 4 20mm, so the Sparivero has to be really careful. Okay, Typhoon too fast with the first run. Sparivero's rear gunner not able to get on target either though. So the Typhoon will fly around. Veltro is around, gets the Typhoon. Good, really good kill here by Bagerjelly. Really important. The air tap of 15 Scots can be dangerous. It's not quite 6 airborne, but it's pretty close. It uses Typhoons instead of Tempests. But in firepower wise, they are the same, and in speed they're nearly the same. So you really want to be careful there. Churchill here might be able to open up fire onto Pak 40. Pak 40 wouldn't like that. So needs to be careful. But C-205, also a really good plane. Good damage, good speed. Only thing it doesn't have is resilience. Meanwhile, Typhoon here has medium resilience, and has also the speed, but doesn't have the agility of the C-205. So it's a pretty even fight. Typhoon Bomber here will get the Pak 40 most likely. Big loss for Bagerjelly if that goes down. Oh, it survives with 1 hit point, but that's not amazing either. HS129 tries to come in. Gets stressed out a bit though already, which will make the spread further. C205 tries to get for the kill there. Typhoon needs to be careful. Ooh, HS129 not getting microed here. Will go down most likely to the Typhoon. HS129 goes down. Bit of a misplay there. Not sure what the C205's task is here. Will turn the wrong direction now. And Homayoun will get the kill back there. Puck not finding the kill on the 3 Humbers, so the Humbers most likely will find the kill on it. But the Honey Steward is still pushing. The Book Shooter finally comes in to use the Panzerschreck. Kill the Universal Carrier. And the infantry of Bagerjelly has pushed through. 2 Rifle Piats on the way, but that most likely won't be enough, especially not with a Pipshin around. C205 still on strafing duty. 1212 is around. Both of the Stooks have fallen to the 6-pounder in itself. Losing both is quite big. And a bit of a misplay there from Bagerjelly, not reacting in time. C205, meanwhile, keeps on the strafing. HS129 will find a cluster bombing run coming in. Here we go. Most likely will get 1 Humber. 2nd Humber disengages. Good micro there by Homayoun. Getting the dodge, spreading it out. The Marine micro, someone might have played StarCraft there. Splitting against the Banelings. Working out that. C205 not doing too much to Honey Stewards, so not really that worthwhile having it stay around. You kind of want to have it reload faster instead. I'm not the biggest fan of just using it for strafing a tank that it can't kill at all, really. Like, it maybe has a chance of if it puts thousands of bullets into it, or maybe hundreds of bullets, and has a lot of runs, but it's not really worthwhile the effort here for Bagerjelly. It's better to have this thing reload quicker and have it up ready as a fighter early on as again. Honey Steward going deep. Homayoun up on a 16-8, and we are now closing onto B phase, where Homayoun actually only starts to become to get the really good income. So Bagerjelly a bit on the back foot, but a couple of Stooks come in though, and the front line still hasn't fully dug in. Ooh, 6-pounder though in the south will find the kill onto the Predator 20mm, and that's rough. Losing AA in this matchup is big. And a lot of Rifle Piats coming in as well. 59 obviously also good for Homayoun. Will make it easier to keep the pressure on Bagerjelly. And we have to keep in mind 30-minute time limit. So every tick you get here counts. Even if the enemy can push you back later on, you might have too much of an advantage early on for it to matter. And especially as you have the Maverick versus the Balanced, that makes it even bigger. Stook goes down, gets the Honey Steward with it. Mutual destruction there, something we don't see all too often. But good job there by the Stook, at least getting the mutual destruction on. BF-109 will most likely get the Typhoon here. Typhoon a bit too deep. Second Typhoon coming up. Ooh, it had 420mm. Maybe not the best idea for the BF-109. Well, still survives. If it micros correctly. Bagerjelly not with the perfect micro. Maybe able to get this Typhoon though. Ooh, it's close, it's close, it's close. Gets the kill, okay. Gets 1, the other one heavily damaged. So at least the air warfare going decent for Bagerjelly. Ground warfare also not going horrible, but Homayoun really gets the flags. And that's a big issue in this matchup all the time. Gebirgsjäger also sitting around. Typhoon coming in with the kill. Onto the Gebirgsjägers. Will hit and get the destruction. BF-109 from over here. Coming in as well. Typhoon will disengage. Black 38. Will hit them here. BF-109. Oof, will get shut down here. Yeah, you have to be careful. 420mm. Nothing to sneeze at, okay. So Homayoun equaling it out a bit in these skies. Has to be careful. Flak can still be dangerous. Doesn't get too close though, so Flak can't get the finishing blows on top of the Typhoon. Meanwhile on the ground, really good flag capturing here from Homayoun with little effort, taking a lot of ground here in the center. Not too many forces around, but has all the flags. Bagerjelly maybe not playing objective enough currently. Has a counter push going in the north, but is still away from some flags there. Stuk is around. Most likely won't be able to finish off the Churchill though. Churchill now retaliating, getting a hit, and the 105mm frontal armor should be impenetrable. 16-8 still going on for Homayoun, whilst the Stuk 3 comes onto the battlefield. Churchill 5 still around in the rear. 17-pounder as well, so tanks will have it rough in the middle. 16-8 still ticking. The Gebirgsjäger get the defense group. Assault Pioneers will be a bit rougher. Push in the north has been mostly stopped as well. Homayoun even coming in with the counter off map. So most likely will be able to push this back. Breda 20mm has to be careful. Doesn't want to get picked off by the Churchill. Churchill 5 will push forward. God damn, it's hot in Europe at the moment. Churchill 5 gets another hit, gets another kill. Püppchen holding on in the south. 17-pounder gets another blow. Homayoun getting a lot of good trades lately. Collecting one kill after another at the moment. And that's not good for Bagerjelly at all. Who needs to get some boots on the ground. Needs to get the counter push and then maybe start collecting points in C-phase. But it looks rough as Homayoun had the 59 for a long while. And with the 30-minute time limit, you really have to keep in mind that Bagerjelly doesn't have a long time to counter push in C-phase against the Maverick player, and Homayoun still keeps the pressure up. Has a lot of strong units in position in the center. The 2000m HE is absolutely helpful. Shuttle frontal armor also somewhat harder to penetrate than most medium tanks. And the 17-pounder there keeping all the Stuks away to try to deal with the Churchills. And that's everything that holds mid. And Homayoun holding the flags here for a long while. With only 2 field engineers. Something that Bagerjelly really shouldn't be allowing. As the flags, the tick rate was just too long on the 59, it feels like. Like, its counterattack now will be... it has to be pretty effective to pay off and give Bagerjelly the long-time victory here. Puck 40. Engaging onto the Churchill. HS-129 coming in for the other one. Churchill 5 fires its HE shells now though. Gets killed off by the Puck 40. 17-pounder still around. Typhoon coming in, but C-205 maybe can get behind it. Bagerjelly. Does Bagerjelly have Winchester evac on? It might be the case. For sure not good that that thing just evacuated. You want to be able to micro it on the way out, so that the Typhoon kill like this can't just as easily happen. Typhoon will now try to move out through the north, but C-205 might be able to get behind it. Might at least be able to get the mutual destruction. Yeah. Typhoon goes down, so HS-129 did pay for it, but at least there was a kill. And now the center starts collapsing, but... question is it too late? 15 minutes are over. We still have 15 minutes more to play on. But Bagerjelly might need a 18-6 for a while here now to get back into this, as Homayoun had the 59 for a long while. Felt engineers engaging Gebirgsjägers over here. They did throw their TNT now, so Gebirgsjägers are suffering. More Gebirgsjägers pushing in over here. Storm Pioneer hits the Rifle Piats. And Homayoun actually retakes a flag in the north, as there's no infantry left around here. So Bagerjelly in trouble. Field engineers still hitting around here. We'll throw another TNT on those Gebirgsjägers, as the British Sten guns have such low damage power that they weren't able to kill the unit off otherwise. They needed the TNT to do the final blow. But yes, I have to say, Bagerjelly trade-wise not doing super poorly, but really needs to improve the game around around the flags. Pack 40 over here seem to have been stuck on alignment. Churchill will keep on hitting it, so needs to retreat right now, otherwise it will go down. 17 pounder is up here, pretty scary as well. Not quite getting the shot onto the Stuck though, so Stuck will escape. And yes, the bombing run onto the 17 pounder would be big in the center. Meanwhile, Typhoon coming in for a push in the north. As Assault Pioneers and Rifle Piats move in. Gebirgsjägers going too deep. 2 already have fallen. Third one at least gets unloaded in time. But the Assault Pioneers already on top of it with the flamethrower. Gebirgsjäger getting pinned down. Will go down here. Gets killed off by the Assault Pioneers. Another Typhoon is around. C205 can it finally do the job. Head on. Stupid idea. Oh boy. Really close for both sides. The brother might be able to tip the balance into Bagerjelly's favor. But I wouldn't count on it. Okay. Yes, gets the kill. Daimler AC goes down as well. Infantry in the north. Pushing each other. Stuck has to be careful, doesn't want to run into a Piat. Gebirgsjägers don't get the Molotov off. But not that much left in the north now for Homayoun. Bagerjelly though needs a hard push. We're about to get into C phase. 2 SK-18s coming in. I'm not sure if artillery is the answer right now. As you need to be fast. And if there's one metric artillery doesn't excel in, it's fast capturing of points on the map. So, I'm not sure that was the right decision for this game in particular. Like, if you have endless time, maybe. But with the time limit in mind, it might have been a mistake here. This might have been a mistake. Stuck goes down. Gebirgsjäger under pressure as well. Honey Stewart gets killed off too. They just went to 9. Got the cluster off. A single Bofors now in the south to stop any more air spam from Bagerjelly. The C205 really paying off big time so far. The rest of the airplay mediocre outside of Bagerjelly, but those do their job really well. And SK-18s keep on firing. Churchill 5 moving forward. Honey Stewart has to be careful. Does disengage. Good micro by Homayoun. Homayoun's improvement over the last couple of months is really impressive. Like, overall, in general, really cool what the Foxes did with their players. The improvement of Cares and Farid Rommel and Homayoun. All doing a lot, putting a lot of effort in, practicing together and so on. The Iranian community has become pretty strong in this game. 17 pounder will try to eliminate the Stuck in the north. Achilles coming in as well. 13-11 going on. Achilles are 17 pounders on a Sherman chassis. Pretty good tank destroyer, or at least I think something. No, I think it's a special chassis, but yeah, on a Wolverine chassis. Pretty good gun on a mediocre chassis, but doing pretty well. I'm not sure if it's the same chassis. I'm not sure if the M10 if it's just a turns difference or if they also have different chassis between those and Germans. I think they do, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm not enough of a history buff or military technology buff to know that. I'm sorry. I know it's disappointing. Meanwhile, Churchill gets bombed over here. SM-79 trying to come in. Does this one get microed this time? There's a try from Bagerjelly. Issue is, first of all, not quite far enough. And second of all, not quite enough AA around to help out. Well, the Vero survives for now. Typhoon having the issue that it is a bit too fast, maybe. But the 14-10 is still going on, and with only 9 minutes, I don't see Bagerjelly turning this around. So the all-in aggressive in-your-face push of 15 Scots might have worked out here for Homayoun. That was a hair. Look, M42 pushing forward. SK18 coming in the north. But is there radio? No, there's no radio. And the Stoke gets killed by the Achilleses. 2000 meter range setup in general, pretty solid from Homayoun in the middle. Churchill has to engage the Stoke here in a moment. That most likely won't end well. Yes, Stoke gets the kill. But by now, Bagerjelly would need to push for an 18-6. And it's actually Homayoun instead who goes up to a 13-11. And that's something that for sure should finish off the game, even with 15-9. These flags here were taken way too easily by Homayoun, way too often, and for way too long. Really the biggest mistake of Bagerjelly, because I feel like Homayoun by now also is, or like most of the time has been slightly ahead in KD, but it's the most impressive thing was the territorial play, grabbing flags at positions where the flag shouldn't have been grabbed, out of Homayoun getting disadvantaged so high, and now Bagerjelly is desperately trying to run into this and turning it around, but it's so hard to do that. The player with the advantage has a way easier time in this kind of format, with only 7 manics remaining. And Homayoun seems to get the final blow here in game number 1. In slowly. Or rather fast now, actually, with a 59. HS129 once more not getting through. Raviero getting a kill, but Bagerjelly also doesn't seem to be too optimistic about getting this game around and surrenders. And yes, KD, I mean, Homayoun also did better here, but I would say it was, for a while, pretty much on par. Obviously, in the end, Bagerjelly also had to push a bit deeper to get through. But the real advantage here of Homayoun was within the territorial play. Playing the map a slight bit better, holding a lot of front with little effort, and Bagerjelly not doing the same or countering it not quite well enough. So GGVP to Homayoun here on Sidlice. But a good game from both, like an enjoyable game from both sides. Also nice to see a division like 15 Scots, which is quite unique with all the Churchills and stuff. A unit that we don't see in too many other divisions. A couple of Soviets bring Churchill in as well, but the other Western Allied divisions don't have access to it. And yeah, winning with it. So yeah, quite cool to see the Scots win in a tournament game again. And I hope they will have a at least similar level game number 2. Maybe even a bit closer. Maybe Bagerjelly can turn it around, play the map slightly better. And yeah, enjoy the 30-minute time limit games. I know they're not the most balanced. I think they would get boring if all games would be like this. But it's a breath of fresh air, and I kind of need that by these temperatures. Because it's so hot outside, so nice to have something cool going on. Oh, damn. Okay, see you all in game number 2 in 3 minutes. Single parry here, that's fine. Just keep the enemy in doubt, give up the south. That's a 100% fine play on the map like this, especially against Tornado Figure. I feel like this is a wise choice. Westerners will the rush elsewhere work out. Okay, surrenders so far. Okay, is the meme working? Do we have a meme here? Because I feel like in a fair fight, Kurina doesn't stand a chance. But we're also already dropping units over here. Dushka trucks is the way. Unarmored Dushka trucks though. WLA, a lot of units dropping dead here. SD2 needs to unload soon. Stu is pretty strong. But units are getting through. I guess they were supposed to move through the north as all these units tried to go in here. But some of them moved through the wrong part of the map. Okay, that's how they ended up here. Yeah, it was not a really misclick, but rather like misinterpretation. Okay, so far though, we had a move, worked out somewhat. But it's a lot of casualties on the side of Bagerjelly in here as well. This is not a clean sweep. SIS2 though has potential of killing off the stew. And if that happens, that's an important unit killed off there. Yeah, gets the kill. Saperi coming in. Jaegers at least from Homayoun in here to stop a couple of these things annoying him. Wolf coming in for the run onto the SIS2. SIS2 is in trouble. Could get killed off here in one run. If not, the second run most likely will do the job as there's no AA around. T-34s coming up in numbers, but Stooks and Martyrs should be pretty good against it. And the South obviously has been given up. Can Bagerjelly make the push work? I enjoy the meme. I'm not sure if it's the best meme, but it's a good attempt at least. And I guess maybe Bagerjelly has decided, okay, I'm the weaker player after game 1. I need to get the upper hand on my opponent with something unorthodox. And so far, I mean, it's not failed yet. Question is, has it worked yet? And we will figure that out over the next couple of minutes, I guess. But yes, if you don't have something like this, don't play Q9. And just straight up fight, the division currently one of the weaker ones out there. Didn't get too many of the Soviet buffs directly either. But, I mean, interesting play here so far. The 50 cal Dushkas and M3A1s pushing forward over here, though they can't surrender the Jaegers, as they don't affect the front line, as they are recon units. T-34s coming in over here. Yes, you don't want to run them into the Stook or the Martyr. But you might be able to sweep into this town from the left side. Might be able to maybe even get the T-34 up here. That can be dangerous. 12-12 is the case at the moment, though. South, obviously in control of Homayoun. But the two Maxims at least keep everything outside of that in check. Good investment here, I would say, the Stuarts. Oh, Stuarts getting rerouted to the south now. That's... they should have stayed here. South is totally fine, and you won't retake the south with Stuarts. So, good idea in the first place. Obviously, we have got IQ, so for us it's easy to say, oh yeah, just push them through the middle. There's no anti-tank whatsoever right now there. Would have been really great. Instead, they will move to the south. Though, obviously, not something that Bagerjelly could know, that there's really zero AT capability in the center right now. With the Jaeger, there will be an anti-tank grenade, but that's it, or a Panzer Faust, I guess. Saperi PPSH still around over here, could still be nasty by maybe getting off over here and then Wolf. Good investment here by Homayoun, just for strafing alone. Now we have more of the 76mm off-map coming in. They're not too deadly, but flamethrower units don't have too many hit points either, so against those it can work maybe. Meanwhile, 15mm gas wasting the ammo onto the Focke-Wulfs. Focke-Wulf just around for that at the moment. T-34s coming around. 2 Su-85s joining in the north as well. Half-tracks will most likely die to the Stooks and the Martyrs. Yeah, that won't work out. 13-11 for Homayoun. Jaegers under fire. Bagerjelly keeps on the push. About 72mm off-map coming in as well. There is a Pak 38 now down the south, so Stuart's not great here. And this is moving maybe a bit too little. Now 2 Stooks have come around, and 2 Stooks counter the T-34s relatively hard. Unless they get a flank on them. These T-34s also need to keep moving. Maybe a bit too little movement from over here, from this part of Bagerjelly's forces right now. Need to be a bit more aggressive, because obviously all of this is about momentum. Now they're getting too close to the forest. And the Jaegers might be able to get... Oh, Dushka spots them in time. But Jaegers still get the Panzerfaust off. T-34 goes down. T-34 over here in trouble as well. Gets a penetration in, but Stook most likely will get the kill. Yes, it does. And an off-map coming in the south. Both of the Stuarts died to the Pak 38. This is looking rough for Bagerjelly now. This is looking pretty rough for Bagerjelly. 13-11 going on. Motorrad moving forward. In the north. Su-85 outranging the... or forcing back the Pak 38. Got the Martyr. So only the single Stook remaining right now here. That might be one more shot. Obviously, yeah, you need to keep on trading, you need to keep on taking engagements, but you also need to have good outcomes in those engagements somewhat, as Bagerjelly here, and the last couple were not as successful. There's still potential left in this though. You just need to keep it up. Ognomachiki here could come in with the surrender. And there we go, get the surrender. Dushka trucks need to disengage, so it's all about the cheap spam stuff here, obviously, for Bagerjelly. 40 point off map, 10 point Dushkas, I think. Yes, then the cheap half tracks, cheap infantry with the Superior PPSH. It's all about the pressure and the cheap combined arms that maybe at one point can overrun the opponent. Question is, will that point ever be reached again? I mean, is there still potential left in this? Stuk is around, T-34 got side-shotted here. Yeah, will get killed. And the Stuk is a problem. Another Steward coming around, but all flags fallen in the south, so winning by flags feels a bit unrealistic right now for Bagerjelly again. I mean, it's a 30-minute game, so... But... now the Su-85s also will get out classed by the Pak-40 in the north, most likely. So far doing well, but the second Su-85 not joining. Arm 38 needs to move further forward. Su-85 actually getting some good hits onto the Pak. But Stuk now joining in, most likely will be able to finish it off. Su-85 over here not coming in either. So only a single Su-85 left. Pak-38 still on the hill. Oos. Su-85 will get the first shot. Will get the crew kill. APCRs are dangerous with that. They have a higher crit chance. So, good kill there. Good kill there. Bagerjelly keeps on the pressure. Brings in Stalkers in the north. Is this the move? I feel like the center still needs to be taken as well. The north and the center, then you can forget about the south. In general, yeah, I like the idea of Bagerjelly. And the execution so far not completely off. Just a couple engagements over here were a bit unfortunate with the T-34s. Lost a bit too many of those maybe. And the Pak-38 gets the kill onto the Su-85 as well. And we are down to one Su-85 and one T-34 only at the moment, versus two Stuks. Another Su-85 coming up around here. Meanwhile, another T-34 struck SVT. I would say just give up the south, though. I feel like investing into this right now is a mistake by Bagerjelly. Need to still keep on pushing the momentum. I mean, the north will fall for Homayoun. Not enough time to reinforce there. T-34 goes down over here. And we will come into B-phase, and then B-phase Homayoun will have the income advantage. And Bagerjelly doesn't seem to be in a position yet where trading through this is possible. Fucker Wolf also still absolutely nasty. Oh my god, did it kill many men there. With a single run, I think it killed like 11 men or so. That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. But investing into AA or air, obviously not something that Bagerjelly currently can afford. Needs mobile forces, but we are now in B phase. First good ticks of Homayoun will come in soon. SIS-2 tries to get on the way. Fucker Wolf still doing nasty strafing. The Peri PPSH over here might be able to get the kill onto this. They unload just in time. Unlucky for Bagerjelly. And the lack of T-34s right now, the lack of mobile forces for Bagerjelly seems to be the issue. Can this be turned around though? Su-85 still around here. Something needs to be coming in to deal with these Stuks. I don't know what though. More T-34s in the north. Another Fucker Wolf and a Fucker Wolf fighter bomber coming in as well. Fucker Wolf fighter bomber will try to hit the SIS-2. Most likely will be able to do so. Yes, SIS-2 goes down. 13-11 going on for Homayoun. Meanwhile in the south, more investment into SIS-2s and T-34s. I feel like everything that moved down here was misplaced after the first two units. I feel like after the first two units this should have been nearly completely ignored. Maybe some units into this forest, so the front line doesn't fully collapse, and there can't be any side shots from here onto the road in the north or the road in the rear. But a bit more pressure in here. It felt like a couple of times like Homayoun could have collapsed here. But now I don't see how Bagerjelly turns this around. There's a solid setup in the south. This push most likely won't be able to connect. Loses the off map. A lot of units, a lot of transport is going down. The airplay of Homayoun also really good. Wolf by now has paid off for sure. As a strafer alone. And Bagerjelly surrenders. And GG! Homayoun stopping Bagerjelly's meme push here. And yes, in the end, the trades were pretty horrible. A couple of times, though, it looked like it was getting close. Like, I liked the idea. I don't like the division, and I feel like maybe it can be done better with other divisions. Though, I mean, you get a lot of cheap stuff here. And yeah, interesting game still. And with a bit of more luck, bit better execution, you might be able to make it work. Maybe we will see more Turina memes in the future. I mean, Turina has a couple of memes. Let's have a quick look into the division before we go into the next series. But yeah, thanks to both players here for this. Turina also has this meme. So your enemy doesn't even quite know which meme is coming. The only thing that your opponent knows is meme is coming. You have a lot of snipers. You have a lot of cheap tanks and support tanks. You have armed 38s, 3 cards of them actually. So, and yeah, you have these cheap off maps. The only off map you get 2 cards off in A phase, I think. But still only 76mm off map as well, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, interesting game. But with that said, didn't work out. Homayoun takes a 2-0 victory. And that means we will go on to the next game, which I forgot who's playing, but I will let you know once we're in there. So see you all in 4 minutes with the next series. Don't go anywhere.